Runescape is a game that has really grown on me in the last few years. It's one of those games that just keeps surprising me again and again. It's become a bit of a staple in my life, and it's a game I can always jump back into when no other game sounds like fun to me. And I almost totally missed out on it. I first played RuneScape probably about 10 to 15 years ago. I remember really liking the idea of leveling up all these different skills. I enjoyed exploring the world, and I loved that I could see and interact with all the other players around me. But something just wasn't clicking. I had no idea what I was doing or why I was doing it. Most other games I had played at this point started with some narrative introduction, and by the time I had control of my character, I was already given an objective, a starting direction, and a reason to care. RuneScape doesn't give you any of that. It lets you decide all of that for yourself. But how can a new player come up with an objective that they care about when they know nothing about the game? This was the exact situation I found myself in time and time again. I knew that on some level I liked RuneScape, but I could never find a reason to stick around. Without a compelling objective, the game just felt aimless. It wasn't until I learned about the existence of the quest cape that things started to change. I already thought quests were pretty fun, but now I know that if I complete every quest in the game, then I get a wearable item that is effectively a trophy of my accomplishment. That sounded awesome to me. So now I have a target, something I can aim towards. Now every quest becomes a piece of something larger. Now every fish I cook, log I chop, arrow I fletch is all a calculated step towards a quest cape. This newfound pursuit gives purpose to every action I take. On top of that, seeking out new quests or resources often leads me to discover new areas and systems that I otherwise never would have learned about. It felt like the game itself began expanding. This, I think, is a major pain point for new players that in a lot of cases never gets properly addressed or explained. You need to come up with a long-term or end-game goal before RuneScape will start to make sense. And as you start taking steps towards that goal, you will start to understand the game. But this goal has to be something that you care about, something you actually want to achieve. Now, I have to say this may not be true for everyone, but I think for most people it will be. If this wasn't the case for you, let me know below. What was it that made RuneScape start to click or make sense for you? When did you go from thinking, RuneScape is interesting, to RuneScape is amazing and I can't stop playing it? And let's say the game explained this goal-setting concept to every new player. There'd still be one major problem. How is a brand new player supposed to come up with a long-term goal when all they've seen is Lumbridge? This was actually a real roadblocker for me, as I figured out that I needed a goal years before I learned about the quest cape. But the best goal I could come up with was craft rune armor, which kept me busy for a while, but once I had it, I didn't know what to do with it. I remember running around free-to-play in my full rune armor, climbing into random basements and dungeons, hoping I'd find a boss or something of interest. Needless to say, I found nothing. I got tired of wandering around aimlessly, and that was the end of that account. I think the game could really benefit from an NPC that suggests several real long-term goals, and if that already exists and I just don't know about it, then I think it should be more prominent. But until that happens, your best bet is chatting with other players in-game, searching the wiki, or watching YouTube videos. Some good goals I can suggest are, of course, obtain the quest cape by completing all quests, obtain a fire cape from completing the fight cave, which to my understanding is an extremely challenging PvE encounter, obtain rare pet drops from bosses might be a good goal, and of course obtain a 99 cape by reaching level 99 in a specific skill. Note that if you do shoot for a 99 cape as your primary long-term goal, then it will be a long and tedious grind. But if you search the wiki, you may find some useful outfits, items, or quests that you can strive for that will serve both to break up the grind a bit and speed up your progress. If you guys have any more long-term goals or tips you'd like to share, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I'm definitely not an expert here. Now, if you're intrigued by all of this, but are still unsure of a goal, or you're not wanting to commit to the grind, then there's a golden opportunity coming up real soon. You will need to be a member for this though. RuneScape Leagues 2 Equilibrium is coming August 10th. Leagues is a limited time game mode in RuneScape. You create a brand new character. Please note this character will be deleted when Leagues ends on September 21st. That character will be an Iron Man, meaning you cannot trade with other players, so you will have to obtain every item you use on your own. But the XP rates are boosted through the roof, and you gain access to powerful items and buffs that save tons of time when training certain skills. I think Leagues is a fantastic introduction to RuneScape because Leagues gives you a goal right out of the gate: earn points. You earn points by completing tasks, and you have a full list of tasks right inside of your game. There is no "I don't know what to do" in Leagues. You have a never-ending to-do list right in front of you. And I think these tasks do a good job of pushing you into new areas of the game. And with the boosted XP rates, it's easier than ever to be ready for these new areas. Now, it's worth noting that I've only participated in one league, which was RuneScape 3's first league. It was a very simple league that was basically just RuneScape but with a faster XP, so that league literally was perfect for someone trying to learn more about the game. So this upcoming league will be a little different. You'll be region locked and you'll unlock more regions as you complete more tasks, but I still think if you're looking to get a quick taste of what RuneScape has to offer, then leagues will be a great way to take a peek without committing to the grind. And if you end up deciding you want to continue playing RuneScape, well, now you'll have league points you can spend to unlock unique cosmetics to show everyone that you experienced Leagues 2 Equilibrium. I think that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on this. If RuneScape has never clicked for you, I hope I was able to shed some light on why that might be, or if you're trying to introduce a friend to RuneScape, then hopefully you can use this video to better guide them towards their first goal. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you in the league. Peace.